Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to take some fresh vegetables, a nice chicken, and I'm going to show you how to put together a beautiful chicken and dumpling soup with steamy, delicious, fluffy dumplings. Here we go. Now for this recipe, because I want to do this quickly and I want to get lots of flavor, we're going to use a pressure cooker. Now, I'm assuming that you know how to use a pressure cooker, but if you don't know how to use a pressure cooker, you may want to check out the other video that I made on my channel, which is Pressure Cooking 101, and will show you everything you need to know about using a pressure cooker. Okay, so I have some really nice fresh ingredients over here, multicolored carrots, some nice fresh celery, an onion, we have some red potatoes, and about 2 cloves of sliced garlic. Now I think that fresh garlic is probably the most important ingredient in this soup. Now you can drop a whole chicken right into the soup pot and it's not a problem, but I'm going to cut it up into smaller pieces. I have a nice sharp chef knife, and with a little bit of practice you can do this too. Chicken's actually not that tough, it's nice and soft, so you just start cutting it up. Okay, so I'm separating the chicken quarters here. Now I'm going to remove the wings, so as long as you can find where the joint is, it'll be pretty easy to get those wings off. Okay, now I'm going to cut the back off of the chicken. There we go. Just separate that. And I don't like it because all those little tiny bones, when you pressure cook it, they get dispersed in the soup. So I'm going to leave that part out. So here I'm going to cut the breasts in half, and then I'm going to actually cut each breast in half again. Okay, there you go. If you have a nice sharp knife, chicken's pretty easy to cut. Okay, I'm going to separate the drumstick from the thigh. Take the chicken butt, don't like that. All right, and another drumstick and thigh. There we go. And there's my nice bowl of cut up chicken. All right, so I'm going to take the chicken, put it in the pressure cooker, along with all the other vegetables that I had on that big sheet pan. Just like that, push them all in. Then I'm going to add a whole bunch of salt, a little bit of fresh black pepper from my pepper mill, and I'm going to finish that off with a few bay leaves. I'm using some bottled spring water, and I'm going to fill the pot about halfway up with water. And if you've watched my Pressure Cooking 101 video, or if you know how to pressure cook, you will know why I'm only filling the pot halfway up. Now I'm going to put the lid on the pot, and I'm going to pressure cook this for 25 minutes on high pressure. Now you could serve this soup by itself, or you could serve it with egg noodles or even rice, but I'm going to serve it with some fluffy, delicious, comforting dumplings. So here's how easy it is to make them. Okay, so while the soup is cooking, I have another pot here full of water. I'm going to add salt to it, and I'm going to bring it to a boil while we work on the dumpling batter. Now, I never really measure dumpling batter, I just kind of do it by eye, but because I want you guys to follow along, I'm going to try my best to do uniform quantities. So I'm adding 1 cup of flour, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, about a tablespoon of salt. I cracked a total of 3 whole eggs in there. I add 1 cup of milk and 2 cups of milk. Now you want to take a nice sturdy wooden spoon and you want to mix this vigorously. Now I'm telling you, it's actually normal if you break a spoon because this batter tends to be kind of heavy and you got to really mix it in there. So if you break a spoon, don't worry about it. It's normal, it's happened. The important thing is that it's all nice and smooth and thick and sticky. It's a nice heavy batter. All right, this is actually a little too thin for my liking, so I'm going to add a little more flour. So now we're going to add about 1/3 of a cup and 1/2 cup. All right, so I've added another 1/2 cup of flour, and then there we go. I actually ended up adding that whole cup of flour to make it 4 cups total. So then I whisk that really vigorously until it was all nice and smooth and sticky, and that is my dumpling batter. Okay, so now I have the water simmering. It's not yet at a full boil. So I take the spoon, and let me show you a little trick. Okay, you want to dip the spoon in the hot water to keep it from being sticky. So dip it in hot water, and you scoop your dumpling, and then you dip it in the hot water in between the scoops. So scoop, dip, scoop, dip, scoop, dip. And you notice I'm not dropping the dumplings on top of each other. I'm sort of moving around the pan, and I'm making sure that every dumpling that I throw in the water is going in a slightly different spot. That way they don't fall on top of each other. But here's the thing. Once they're in the hot water, they only take a few seconds to firm up, so that if you go over this later on and you dump dumplings on top of other dumplings, the ones on the bottom will be cooked and it'll be fine. Everything's going to work out. Hopefully that made sense. So now that you've finished off all your batter and all your dumplings are in there cooking, you're going to notice that they're going to start to float up by themselves. Okay, don't stick a spoon in this pot. Just let all the dumplings naturally float up by themselves. Okay, here you can see them starting to float up. Okay, so you can shake the pan a little bit to get the last few stragglers to float up. But here you can see all of them are now floating. So from this point forward, you're going to cook these for 15 minutes. Okay, so turn the heat down to medium and cook these for 15 more minutes, and then drain them like you would drain pasta and set them to the side. Don't add them to the soup. And the reason I say don't add them to the soup pot is because these dumplings will absorb all the stock, okay, all that broth in your soup. So what you want to do is just serve them individually in your bowl when you go to serve your soup, but keep them separate from the soup pot because they'll soak up all your chicken broth. All right, and here you go, ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful bowl of delicious chicken and dumpling soup with chicken, vegetables, a really nice rich broth, and those fluffy, melt in your mouth dumplings. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video and for watching all of my videos. Please do not forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share this video with somebody who needs chicken soup like ASAP.